Well, when they won the title last year, Lee Yong-dae and Yoo-Young-sung, it was the end of 3 remarkable weeks because it was their 3rd Super Series title in as many weeks, starting in Japan, then the Indonesian, and then here in Sydney. Well, Chai Biao and Hong Wei have already won a Super Series title this year. That was in Delhi,
Green,
the
black.
India Super Series.
Lee service. Hong this side.
David Turner, our umpire from Australia. And the Koreans, by their own very, very high standards as world #1s, had an indifferent start to the year. Their first tournament of the year, the All England Championships, #1 seeds, lost in the first round to a Danish combination. And that's Conrad and that's Colin. But they are the #1 pair in the world. There are only 10, interestingly, on the Destination Dubai ranking list. Only played 3 of the previous 4 Super Series tournaments, but my goodness, haven't they been impressive so far? Look at that. All of their matches in straight games, including the quarterfinal against #5 seeds Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hawakawa. As far as Chai Biao and Hong Wei are concerned, Hong Wei is the taller of the 2 men. I think they're both pretty tall. Anyway, Chai Biao, 24 years of age, Hong Wei, 25, making their first appearance here at the Australian Open. #5 in the world ranking at the moment. They won the India Super Series, as I say, 5 previous tournaments. And a bit of a surprise during the Sudirman Cup, but despite being the highest ranked pair, they were only selected once in the China campaign where they won and retained the World Mixed Team Championships. A real battle yesterday against the #7 seeds, their teammates Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan. And of course, Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan, 2 finals in Super Series events already this year, the All England and the last Super Series event prior to this, the Singapore. Got the opening game there before coming back 21-16 in the decider. Now, as you can see, this is the 6th meeting between the 2 pairs. And the last time they met was not that long ago. The quarterfinal of the Asia Championships in Wuhan, with the world #1s winning 10 and 14. Only once has it been to 3 games when these 2 pairs have met each other. But I have to say, as we look at our court officials for the last of our semi-finals, I have to say, I don't know if you got a glimpse, Steen, of the way that Lee Yong-dae and Yoo-Young-sung were playing earlier in the tournament, but I've been very impressed with them. Having been a little critical in recent months with their start to the year, I thought the Koreans earlier this week have been superb.
Yeah, I haven't seen them playing this week. We saw them in the Sudirman Cup, losing in their first team match to Tan Wee Kyung and Go Vishem of Malaysia, but later on getting revenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Lee Yong-dae, Yoo-Young-sung, Korea. On my left, Chai Biao, Hong Wei, China. Lee Yong-dae will serve to Hong Wei. Love all. Play. One love.
Well, I think we should be looking out for Lee Yong-dae's capabilities at the front of the court. One of the most dangerous players in world badminton, I think, on the front court area.
That hit his partner in the head.
Love.
Very dangerous situation. When you look back or to the side and the shuttle suddenly comes against you.
Called long.
3 love.
Error on the low serve.
Service over. 1-3.
Dominated front court.
Yeah.
Service over. 4-1.
Three good plays from the front. Wonderful interception to finish off.
Service over. 2-4.
And China has done very well in men's doubles in this tournament.
Yeah.
3 out of 4 semi-finalists from China.
Oh, that's good. Good rally.
There was deception on that lift from Yeon, but excellent work from Hong Wei.
Three, 4.
He's a tall man, isn't he? Long way. 1.90 m. Both his parents were professional basketball players.
Good play. Play.
The net shot perfection, but what was so good was his timing of his movement going forward. Look at that.
5-4.
4 straight points by the number 4 seeds. Great 5 straight points. Yeah, it's great disguise on that drop shot. And it was crisp too, wasn't it?
It was. They're very, very good in the attack. these two Chinese players. I've seen them a number of times playing Bo and Mogensen, and the Danes had really problems coping with this Chinese pair, at least in the beginning. But I actually think that the Danes got good tactic. But you can see here the Koreans, they cannot get out of the defense, and I think they'll have to regroup and try to get the initiative a little bit more in the service situation. Good serve. Both Chinese players, really good service.
Oh, this is extraordinary, isn't it? 1-4 down.
Service over. 8-4.
Well, I must have had the score wrong there.
Service over. 5-8. Six, 8.
No, I'd got the score right, you know.
Yeah.
I was thrown by the umpire saying service over. Oh, yes, that's good.
They're very strong in the attack,
Service over.
Biao and Hong Wei, and also
9,
very strong in the flat game, so they can match the Koreans. They probably can't beat them in the flat game, but they can definitely match them in the good situations.
Play.
So I think the Koreans need to sort of take the pace out of the rallies to get the lifts.
Fault receiver.
Oh, my goodness.
10,
Fault
6.
receiver faulted for moving before the serve was struck. Well, he looks bemused. Let's have a look at it. Oh, yeah, good spot, umpire. Very, very sharp. He did indeed move before the serve was struck.
Service over. 7-10.
Oh, it's just missed it.
Yeah, that was lucky for the Koreans.
Yeah.
8-10.
And they're not really afraid of the smashes of Yeon. It tends to be quite flat.
Fault. Nine, 10.
And actually in men's doubles, if you're hitting really, really hard but flat, then it's not so much of a problem for the opponents, because it's just about racket speed, and the speed you put into the shuttle as a smasher will be used against you. That's great going by
very
Biao Chai.
Oh, back level.
10 all.
4 straight points to do so.
Play.
Well, on a run of 5 straight
11,
points,
10
the
interval.
defending champions go to the mid-game interval with a 1-point advantage. Well, their coach, Choi Min Ho, both pairs really eager to get on the attack.
Top receiver. Eleven, 10. Play.
Yes,
Service
looked much
over.
sharper at the front of the court,
11
Chai Biao, than
all.
I've seen him in recent tournaments.
He's played a typical background player in his previous partnerships. This time he's actually more equal, perhaps even the front court player, if you should name one.
Service over. 12, 11.
Yes, of course, we first noticed Chai Biao when he was playing men's doubles with Zhang Nan.
Exactly.
And we know what a wonderful front court player he is. I remember you singing his praises when we were in Dongguan.
Definitely, and for a long while it seemed like it was the only constellation that Biao Chai could function in. But then the Chinese team found a way, and they started out really well at the beginning of their partnership.
Service over.
Yeah, they certainly did start their
12
partnership well, because they formed their partnership at the 2013 German Grand Prix Gold and they won it.
Play.
Oh, hit the top of the net and fell back the Korean side.
13, 12.
Wide.
Good placement
Service over.
by
13,
Yeon Day.
all.
powerful smash and steep smash from
Service
Hong Wei
over.
here.
14-13.
Yeah, it was good. We have been critical in the past of how deep the defensive stances are of the Koreans, and you could clearly see that then. That's clever. Well, there was a couple of
15,
times in that rally
13.
Yeon looked a little bit hesitant. Perhaps not entirely got his spatial awareness.
I'm sitting here thinking, is this Korean pair capable of winning on the big events, on the World Championships, at the Olympics? I've been puzzled that Lee Yong-dae doesn't have one of the big championships in men's doubles yet. And I think the playing style here raises some question marks to me whether they will be able to win when there is the highest amount of pressure on, namely at the Worlds and the Olympics.
15.
And I have to say I doubt it.
Oh, it's interesting because just a few moments ago I was contemplating in my own mind whether this was the solution. I think the Koreans have been searching for a replacement for Jung Jae-sung, with whom Lee Yong-dae won the Olympic bronze medal in London in 2012, but I too have my doubts. So another fabulous smash from Hong Wei.
And I think it's in some way it's about personality. Or I don't know the Korean players, so I don't know their personality, but their personality on court. I think they tried with Ko Sung-hyun and with Yo Sung right now. And I think the obvious choice, Shin Baek-chol, they haven't tried him enough. They tried him a couple of years ago, I think, when Jung Jae-sung was injured. And I think that would be the obvious choice, because I think it's the two best individual players.
It's interesting because I talked to one of the Korean staff members with the national team about that, because I thought exactly the same thing as you. And he just laughed and shook his head and said, not possible. So I said, why? And he said, personalities.
Yeah, but if that was the case, then Denmark would have no men's doubles whatsoever. Because they're all different and difficult personalities.
Yes.
The men's doubles that have won several All England titles during the last 10 years, they're all very, very different as a person. And at some point, you have to figure out what is the more easy thing to change. Is that the skills of the players or the cooperation between the players?
Yeah, and I suppose, you know, as a player, you've got to say to yourself, well, put personalities out of it. What's the common goal? And if that is the gold medal at the Olympic Games or World Championships, you make it work.
And also figure out what the advantages of having different personalities, because I think actually if you're different and you can work it out anyway, that will mean that you're
17.
even stronger as a pair.
No, deep in conversation, the two Chinese players.
And I actually think that both Ko Sung-hyun and Yo Sung are a little bit too happy to play with Lee Yong-dae. And that they
Over. 18.
perhaps feel that if they lose, it's probably because they haven't played well enough. And I think they need to challenge that belief. Of course, I don't know if it's true at all. But interesting that Ko Sung-hyun and Shin Baek-chol won the World Championships.
Yeah, beating this Korean pair in the final.
Service over, 18 all.
Well, at 18 all, that really comes down to holding your nerve. And found
18.
wanting on that return of serve by Biao.
And also interesting that in this first game we haven't seen one single service fault called, whereas we saw a number of service faults in the Sudirman Cup. So perhaps they've been home practicing, the Koreans.
Yeah, well worked. Good variation on the smash from Young Sung. Sliced the shuttle. One flat one, then the slice.
20.
Sets up his partner at the net.
18.
And this is what I feel might miss a little bit on the big occasions, the ability to play these long controlled attacks.
So 2 game point opportunities on a run of 3 straight points. And that time the return of serve was perfect.
Service over, 19, 20. No, play please.
Good rally. Unbelievable. Terrific. What a way to save a game point.
And I agree with you, Jill. Biao Chai has definitely developed as front court player.
Yeah.
How good is that?
Play.
2 extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Service over, 21, 20.
Now this time the umpire does allow the Koreans off court to towel down before their 3rd game point opportunity.
Thank you, players. Play.
gone long. And it's third time lucky as far as the Koreans are concerned. Third game point opportunity. Then they convert. 22-20 in 25 minutes. Yeah. Bit of an American celebration at the end of that, jumping in the air and thumping chests. No, so often in doubles, all about the attacking play. Whichever pair got the attack seemed to be winning the rally. I should think they'll be very relieved as much as anything about that opening game, because they were trailing for a while, 6-10 down. They did well to go to the mid-game interval with the advantage in that opening game, the Koreans.
Players, you have to wait. Please wait for TV.
Vivid Sydney, 18 days. A festival of light and music, and I have to say, when I was down there the other day and looked at the way they light up all the harbour buildings, and especially the Sydney Opera House, it really is phenomenal. It's a great atmosphere too. On until the 8th of June. Still time for you to get down there, Steen, and have a look at it. It's well worth it, I can assure you.
I will.
Second game.
I will.
Love all. Play.
So one game to the good. The defending champions, Yong and Seong. And I always think with this Chinese pair, they're very good front runners. And sometimes if they lose the opening game, then they can start beating up on themselves and they start getting a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, and it's quite understandable, because, I mean, they actually played well in the beginning, so if they still end up losing the match, the first game, how on earth are they going to win the match?
Yeah, full stretch.
Service
Yong.
over. 1-2. Ready to play? No. Play, please. No. Play. No. Play. 2-all.
Of course, Yong shot to stardom when he won the Olympic gold medal in the mixed doubles discipline. And I agree with you, Steen. I've been thinking about what you said during that opening game. He's never really fulfilled his potential on the big occasion in the men's doubles discipline.
Well,
I think he's a better men's doubles player than he is mixed doubles player.
yeah, at least you could say that in the mixed doubles he needs a good partner. He needs a partner who reads the game as well as he does, because the one thing that you could say he's lacking is the ability to kill the shuttle himself. And in the mixed doubles, you could say he has the female player to kill it on, but it's still not enough, in my opinion. And I guess it's the same in men's doubles. And his perfect partner so far was Seong, and they haven't really found anyone quite the same, in my opinion, yet.
Service over, 3-all. Service over, 4-3.
We do often have these spells in men's doubles where we have very short rallies. Good rally. Oh,
Yeah.
Get up, get up. Great rally.
It's white.
Brilliant. Well, so much for my theory that we're having short rallies. That was magnificent.
5-4.
43 shots. Incredible.
Play. You. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a clever return of serve.
Service over.
Just enough pace on it,
5-all.
make it awkward.
It's been probably the most important thing in men's doubles right now. The ability to return serves well. Because it's so hard to
6-5.
turn the defense around. Or perhaps the best pair in doing that is actually the Koreans.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, you slipped.
Oh, it's missed it.
Service over. 6-all. Play.
It's gone well along.
Service over. 7-6.
Very good defense from Yeon.
8,
Close over the net.
6.
And I suppose this is where his deep defence is an advantage.
Yeah. He would have had the next one as well, because there were no angle for Biao Chai to work with at the net. I'm really surprised that we don't see more drop shots mixed in the attack, trying to get the opponents out of position.
What, especially from the Chinese
Service
pair?
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7, 8.
Yeah, I agree, because, I mean, if we're noticing that the Koreans are very deep in their defensive stance, then I'm sure the players are noticing that, but maybe it's they're so quick on their feet, it's difficult to actually exploit that. Well, it looked to me as if he was trying to go for a more acute angle, slicing across the shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to be careful with those flat pushes.
Service
Really
over.
annoyed with themselves there.
9, 8. Play. Ten, 8.
It's so difficult to get it away from Lee Yong-dae when he does come forward.
Yeah, it's the placement of the shot that is so good. Seems to always have enough time to sort of choose where to aim it, whereas the ordinary player just quite satisfied in being able to play it in difficult positions.
Sheer power getting through in the end. But that's the sort of incident, if he had played the drop shot,
Service
Yu Young-sung
over.
was deep in his
9.
defence.
Yeah.
Look, he's going back
10.
even more.
And probably they wouldn't win it on the drop shot, but they would get the Koreans out of position, and if they aimed the next smash again at Yu Young-sung, they would have a really big chance of killing it. But well, who are we to speak? They took the easy road, 3 hard smashes.
Brilliant. Yeah. Number 1 seeds, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung.
Service
Sharp
over.
at that net,
11,
sharp
9,
on the attack.
interval.
And a 2-point advantage in the second game, having already won the first.
거기서 미스 많이 나옵니다. 근데 얘들한테 우리가 계속 맞추면
Yeah, time and time again. Lee Yong-dae coming forward, making the difference.
And there it is.
Yeah, you can't sit down on the job there. Do you think it's right for the Chinese pair to keep trying to challenge Lee Yong-dae at the net,
11,
or do you really
9.
want to get him away from that net area?
Yeah, if it was me, I would try to get him away from that net area, and I would try to figure out whether he was having one of his good or bad days, because if he's having one of his bad days, he's definitely challengeable. But if he's having one of his good, he's going to win the match for the Koreans, and then I would direct everything away from him.
Oh, that's lovely defence. Yeah. And that's what you were referring to earlier. The Koreans have this ability on the defence to turn their defence into attack with lovely little blocks like that.
Players, could you come to me? Players, please.
Well, umpire David Turner is going to have a word with them.
We need to play. Too much delay, please.
Yeah. Quite right too. Warning them all. Too much delay. Get ready to play. Not sure the players have really taken heed of that, though.
No.
Service over. 10. Well,
Now we got a chance to see the Yong-dae's service in from the court camera, and I'm not sure he's practiced that much.
You still think it's a bit high?
Yeah.
I did wonder myself.
service over. 13, 10.
So it's easy to understand the players' frustration when they suddenly come into another tournament like the Sudirman Cup and get called 5 or 6 times during a match and say, hey, I played a whole tournament in Australia. I wasn't called one time.
Oh, terrible confusion.
This is what you said probably would happen, Jill, that they were
14,
sort of
10.
losing their composure. And
Try Biao.
yeah.
Yes, and it bothers me when it is in a situation like this. I'd like to see them make more eye contact and encourage each other. There's a tendency to look in different directions and walk in different directions as if, you know, not necessarily blaming each other. But look at that.
15,
There we are.
10.
A little bit of an encouragement there, but a little bit half-hearted. Five of the last 6 points to the Koreans. Oh, he's down again. Oh, brilliant. Well reached from Hong Wei.
Service over. 11, 15.
Yeah, that's better. I like to see that. I like to see the discussion. This is what we're going to do.
Play. Fault. Twelve, 15.
Players still very much taking their time despite the warnings.
Yeah.
And we haven't had that many long rallies, have we? And here we are, 45 minutes into the match.
Chai, thank you.
And the umpire was right to try and chivvy them along a bit.
Play.
I think most players, when the umpires say, hey, speed up, don't do this, don't do that. From the players, it's in of one ear, out of another. The only thing that is sort of gaining any respect is a yellow card.
A yellow card, of course, an official warning. Good rally. Oh, yes. Good defence from Biao. But perhaps the cross-court smash, the direction of that, playing his partner
13,
into trouble.
15. You return.
This one here from Yong.
Yeah.
Play across court, you open up the angles.
There was no agreement on that one. The Young Day is standing a bit into the left field as well, expecting a straight smash or a smash
Right.
to the inner side of the player across from Yeon. Definitely not the outer side.
Service over, 16, 13. Sure.
Great play by the Chinese. Good service return.
Service over,
Forces
14.
Yeon to lift.
16.
And good attacking play.
No, all credit to the Chinese pair, because
15, 16.
my fears that they were beginning to beat up on themselves put to rest, because they really have fought back well.
Play, please. Play, please.
Yeah, just sensed Dean, that was an important rally.
Service over, 17, 15.
Yeah, the Koreans can afford playing to a draw from now on.
Eighteen, 15.
goodness! Oh, it's gone long. What a remarkable rally. Challenged by the Chinese Pei Mei as well.
And Biao challenge. Called in.
No, it's not called in. It's called out.
He was called out, yes. No, was it?
Yeah.
So a good challenge by the Chinese pair.
Service over. 16, 18.
No, it was a remarkable dive early on in that rally, wasn't it, from Yong Day? No, difficult to understand why their court attendant wasn't on while we were waiting for Hawkeye. It was quite clear the player had dived and court would need some attention.
16, 18. Play.
Oh, does that go down as a missed opportunity?
Mm. 17, 18. You.
Oh, well taken. Oh, goodness me. Put that away with venom. And he closed the 3-point deficit.
18.
He was indecisive in his service return. Yeon Day.
Yeah. 18 all. Oh, that's gone long. No question on that one.
Service over.
Clearly long of the back line.
19.
And that was an
18.
opportunity for Biao.
He lost his balance here, so.
No, more delays.
I would like to see the court attendant on court whenever there's these small breaks.
Yeah.
Running on court, seeing if there's some small
Play.
cleaning needs to be done, so that we're definitely ready to play.
Oh, overdone it.
Yeah.
And that error from Biao gives 2
20.
match point opportunities
Match point,
to the defending champions.
18.
Yeah, that wasn't even close, was it?
Play.
Yeah. And look at the delights. The defending champions, Yong and Seong through to the final once more. 22-20, 21-18. The margin of their victory against Biao and Hongwei. Well, they were obviously worried about that one. I think their celebration's an indication of just how relieved they are to get through to the final here in Australia once again. 55 minutes for just 2 games. Yep, I think the umpire was right. There was